15. Remember how much people it takes to load the cannon? 10. Right? Is the camera on?
Hmm?
Camera on?
Was.
Still on, look, recording.
Not yet.
Sure.
Hey boy, get off of there. He said not to climb on them thing.
That stuff is taking over down here, a kudzu or kudzu or...
What do you got all this Yankee stuff up here? Ain't nothing for the rebels. They have to bomb this place.
They got a lot of Confederate stuff at Gettysburg.
I think they'd have more down in here. Wouldn't they?
Take off the monument, Tim.
It's running.
That's right. Rock and roll.
Rock and load?
Yeah, maybe they have in Gettysburg. They have like 400 of them.
Fire! Confederate pickets. More Union soldiers crossed to join the attack. The total attacking force reaching 8,000. Waltz's brigade was driven back at Point Lookout, losing 900 or 150 1,500 men at the battle. In the battle. Battlefield Center, Visitor Center, and I'll see what he's looking at. It took 10 good men to fire a cannon. You can count if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. Oh, look at this. We got a solid shot cannon right here. Oh, that was not peanut, which you can see. A shell right there. Let's move on. Let's see here. This is Junior. Yep. Jimmy Carter, one of the presidents. Where? Jimmy Carter. Yep, Jimmy Carter, NHS. Check this. What does it mean when the light's flashing? It's on. Oh. Come on here. Let's follow my brother. No, this is Chickamauga Visitor Center bookstore. Let's see if you've got your Civil War stories. Ah, what's this song? Yeah. Oh. And notice they're playing Dixie.
Okay.
The Battle of Bull Run. As you see, they have some pictures that are really old. Antietam. George and Godfrey Gleason were killed at this battle. They were both shot at the same time. Well, not at the same time. Well, sort of. Yeah. The other guy said that you shot my brother. Killer Angels. Move. This is the Killer Angels. It's the movie Gettysburg is based on the Killer Angels. We'll come back to your camera. Did you see that? Going out the war. We are witnessing. Sorry. We're witnessing a great phenomenon. A soldier by a tree. Let's follow my grandfather outside by the trees. We are coming close up with the ghost. Ghost of Gettysburg or Chattanooga. They're doing something. I wonder if they're doing something. Let's see what they're doing. I gotta close up. Looks like they're making camp. They're talking to each other. What do you think they're saying, Ricky? Probably how they're gonna kill us. Shut up, Ricky. Let's get a good shot of that. Wow, it's amazing, isn't it? Don't be shy. Let's go. Stop it, Ricky. Let's go meet him. Camera. I'm going to meet him. We'll get back to you later. Out of the way! We'll get back to you later, camera.
Please meet the soldiers behind the building beneath the trees in 2 minutes at 10:30.
2 minutes, 10:30. Too bad this thing doesn't tell the time. Hey, look, some dudes are up there. Come on. Oh wait, those guys. Uh-oh, they got passives. Stay right here, Ricky. They don't. Dude, I think we need some Jen Craig here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, let's go back on to the other subject here. The soldiers. excuse the cameraman because you got rough ground here. Getting closer.
What does he do over here?
Oh, that's sharp, buddy. Check out the cannons. Took 10 good men. You already know that. God, man, that's control. It's picking his ear. I think he's eating. There you go. Oh, there.
Y'all want to come a little closer up here under the shade? Please
Ooh, moolah. I think. Oh, there's a bullet. What? What was that? Oh, a musket. Just amazing, isn't it? Do you think it's loading again? Yes? Must be very proud of that gun. What is it?
You talk about scraps. Yeah, but these British things don't want to. We'll be beginning here in just a minute. As soon as I can get this stuff out, I can open this thing.
With me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn off the camera and start it again when it's
Park, and we're portraying two common soldiers that would have been here at the time of the Battle of Chickamauga. In particular, he's portraying a soldier of the 8th Kansas of Haig's Brigade of the 20th Corps of the Army of the Cumberland. And I'm portraying a soldier of the 15th Arkansas, Company C of Govan's Brigade, Liddell's Division, Walker's Reserve Corps, the Army of Tennessee, which was the Confederate Army that was fighting here. The uniforms and equipment that we carry are representative of what was worn here at the time of the Battle of Chickamauga. First off, tell you a little bit about the unit. The 8th Kansas fought on the lower side of the battlefield in Colonel Hans Christian Haig's brigade. They took heavy casualties fighting against Hood's Texans and Benning's Georgia Brigade on the early first day of the battle through the second day, while the 15th Arkansas fought much of the battle, coming up to eventually fighting this field we're standing at right now. Tell you a little bit about the equipment and uniform soldier carried. Uniform that Lindsay wears what would have been typical for federal soldiers at this stage during the war. Standard issue 4-button sack coat made out of blue broadcloth. Standard issue sky blue kersey issue trousers. Standard issue Jefferson brogans that were issued out to the men. One thing I'll point out about the jacket though, the sack coat only came in 4 sizes. So if you got one that did not fit you, you tend to have to deal with wearing one that was too small or too large, unless you went out and had a coat like what we have, the one laying in front made. A lot of officers would also have that type of coat made. It's known as a commercial blouse. Basically all it is a civilian type coat of the time that's been made out of a nicer material with extra pockets and tailor fit to the soldier. That's an example of that type. The shirt and hat that he wears are civilian items. The reason for this is that a lot of times soldiers preferred to have just the civilian items rather than what was issued to them. shirt, for instance, is just a plain cotton civilian style shirt. The reason he wears this is that the issue shirt of the time was made out of wool flannel. And you can imagine in weather like this, the last type of shirt you'll want to be wearing is a wool flannel one. Hat he wears is just a plain civilian hat. This is just worn in preference to the Hardy hat, which was an issue hat at the time. It just basically was not that good, practical of a hat. Had a nice wide brim on it though, but the only thing is it looked like a stovepipe with a brim. Big, tall hat, wide brim. A lot of soldiers did wear it, but also a fair number did go out and just wear the civilian hats as he has chosen to do. Now I'll tell you about the Confederate uniform, which for some reason has to have the most explanation. The uniform I'm wearing is not made out of 100% wool. It's made out of material known as jeans cloth. It's 60% wool and 40% cotton, woven together in a manner similar to a modern day denim. In fact, this same type of material that Levi Strauss was making when he first came over. Real similar to modern day blue jeans in that on the outside you see this rough appearance and you're thinking, how can he stand wearing that? It looks like it'd itch you to death. Underneath there's white cotton almost. So it's not that uncomfortable. It also breathes a lot easier than would the 100% wool. It's a lot more comfortable in hot weather. Jeans cloth is also the most common material that was being produced right south before the war in the factories. And when the war came about, almost all Confederate uniforms were being made out of this material. This jacket I'm wearing is known as a Georgia Depot jacket. This style jacket was the most common type you would have seen here at Chickamauga being worn by Confederate soldiers. It was produced throughout the state of Georgia in such places as Columbus, Augusta, Atlanta, Milledgeville, Savannah, as well as several other smaller depots. By and large, this is probably the most common type jacket that was being worn in the Western theater of the war, in fact, because Georgia was supplying most of the troops out here in the western area. Other jackets you would have seen here at Chickamauga would have been this style, which is known as a North Carolina depot jacket. This style of jacket was produced by the state of North Carolina and issued out to troops in both the Army of Northern Virginia, which was Robert E. Lee's army, as well as being issued out here to the Army of Tennessee. It was also heavily issued out to any regiment of North Carolina troops that needed clothing. The state of North Carolina tended to take care of its own troops, but since it had such an abundance, it would go out and issue them out to troops from other states as well. The other last enlisted man's type we have here is this type. It's not made out of jeans. It's made out of material known as kersey. It's 100% wool. It's cadet gray in color. This material that it's made out of was imported from England. Sent to the Richmond Clothing Depot in Richmond, Virginia, where it was turned out in uniforms like this. By the fall of 1863, most of Robert E. Lee's men were wearing jackets of this color and cut. Notice the bluish cast of it. Well, this caused quite a bit of confusion here at Chickamauga. Not really among the Confederate troops, though, as was among the Federal troops. Reason is, as I mentioned a while ago, the state of North Carolina would issue out clothing. Well, when a lot of Longstreet's men were going through North Carolina, they were issued a lot of sky blue jean trousers, which at a distance of greater than 100 yards could be easily mistaken for a Federal soldier. Here at Chickamauga, as I said though, the Federal troops had the most trouble recognizing them for what they were. The other Confederate soldiers just tended to jeer them, calling them a bunch of bandbox pretty boys as they were going by. But when they went into the attack on Snodgrass Hill, the Federal soldiers didn't know whether to shoot and fire them or not. They did not have their flags flying. They just had them rolled up going through the woods. They didn't know what to do. Finally had to send some volunteers forward to go down and get real close to them and get shot at before they actually figured out who they were. By that time, the Confederates were coming at them in a run and were almost on top of them before they were able to start firing and were barely able to repulse them. The other coat we have here is known as a frock coat. Officers at the time in the Confederate Army were not allowed to draw clothing from the quartermaster as were the enlisted men. They had a clothing allowance that they could have to go out and purchase their own clothing with. They might buy an enlisted man's coat if they had to, but most of the time they'd go out and have a coat like this tailor-made for them. And this is an example of one worn by an officer in the 20th Tennessee of Bates Brigade. It's just a typical example of what an officer would have worn. Rest of the uniform would be Confederate soldier. All trousers tend to be jeans cloth, although there are some instances of linen trousers being issued out, as well as a few rare examples of kersey trousers. Most of the time when they got the kersey into the clothing depot, they tend to just make jackets out of it and just continue to make the trousers out of jeans. The shoes I am wearing are copies of British import shoes. Confederacy was able to receive shoes from a variety of sources, importing them from England, producing their own. There was a shoe factory in Columbus, Georgia, that produced as many as 200,000 pairs of shoes in a year. Also, they were known to purchase up large quantities of just civilian stores and issue them out if they had to. And in a few instances, they were able to actually capture federal supply depots full of shoes and issue them out. And they'd re-inspect the shoes and then issue them out to the men as needed. The socks that I wear, the shirt I wear, and the hat I wear are civilian items. These could have been sent from home, probably purchased, or might have been issued to me, depending on the time and situation. Because the Confederate government, as I said with the shoes, was known to purchase up large quantities of civilian items, including blankets. And this is an example of a civilian blanket that was of the time. Going to the hat, though, you may notice that both of us wear these wide brim style hats. Most of the time when you think about Civil War soldiers, you imagine them wearing a little cap like this. These weren't very popular with the troops. These things, for the most part, just didn't offer enough protection from the elements as would a wide brim hat. You're marching in the hot sun, you're going to burn the back of your neck and your ears. If it rains, the rain's going to run down straight down the back of your neck. These things just weren't that practical. Had a nice military appearance though, and sometimes soldiers would throw them in their knapsack, carry it around to a dress parade or military inspection and wear them then. And then of course, then you always had a few die-hard men who would continue to wear these things no matter what. And occasionally you'd have an officer who would wear one too. But for the most part, civilian hats were predominant among both armies, especially out here in the Western Theater. Now I'll tell you a little bit about the equipment that the soldier carried. One thing I will point out is that all the equipment for both sides tended to be the same. Maybe manufactured different, look a little different, but they all had the same equipment that served the same purpose for the most part. Soldiers' weapon we have here is a model 1853 British Enfield rifled musket. This is probably one of the most common weapons that was carried by both armies during the course of the war. It was imported in great numbers by both sides in the early part of the war and became the predominant Confederate weapon by the end of the war. It has sights up to 1,000 yards, capable of killing a man up to a mile away. Very deadly and accurate weapon. Here at Chickamauga, it was one of the top 3 weapons that was carried here, along with a large number of 58 caliber Springfield rifles and a tremendous number of 69 caliber smoothbores, which were carried by both sides. But on the soldier's right side, he carried equipment that was necessary for loading and firing this weapon. The black box you see there is known as a cartridge box. Inside the cartridge box were 40 rounds of ammunition. A little paper cartridge like that. It had 60 to 65 grains of black powder and a 510 grain mini ball, all rolled up into one. These were pre-packaged and rolled at arsenals and sent up to the front where they were distributed by ordnance sergeants to the men. To the right front's where the ignition system for the weapon was kept. Little copper percussion caps. These came with were issued out at the same time the cartridges were. This is real similar to the modern day cap. You put on a cap gun, except it's got a lot more power to it. When the hammered musket would strike this, it caused a shower of sparks to go into the base of the weapon, igniting the black powder and discharging the weapon. Further around on the soldier's waist belt, he had his bayonet. The bayonet was a weapon that was at the end of its effective use as a combat weapon. Because of the increased range and accuracy, men just didn't get close enough really to engage with these things. Also, however, it made a great psychological weapon. As you can imagine what a line of 400 or 500 men coming at you yelling with their bayonets lowered would be like. You just wouldn't want to stand around and wait for them to get to you. You'd either start firing away, hopefully kill as many of them as possible, or you could just do the most practical thing, probably run away, which was done a lot, yeah, especially y'all. Here. However, as a while ago I was mentioning hand-to-hand combat. Most of the time, if the soldiers did get close enough for hand-to-hand combat, they used their musket as a giant baseball bat.
I don't think so.
I have the gun.
I mean, you don't have any live ammunition either. You won't ever be shooting it again. But the thing is, they'd either use club muskets or they're either that. They'd throw down the musket all together, just go at it with their fists, biting, kicking each other, punching each other, or using rocks or sticks, whatever they could get their hands on, rather than trying to use the bayonet on the end of the rifle. However, the bayonet made a great camp tool. They could stick water, as well as a haversack, which is the black bag you see there. Haversack was what you would have carried as rations. Better rations here, chicken instead of fresh beef, because the men had smooth bore weapons, very inaccurate weapons with a short range. Their casualties would usually be light. However, by this war, most of the men had rifles, and they were decimating one another. It's turning out to be soldiers that entered this army to be the great adventure of their life, like their grandparents had been in the Revolutionary War. They thought it had been such a great adventure. They thought this was going to be the same way. It ended up turning out being the worst nightmare they could have ever thought about. Soldiers would generally be maneuvered into battle, receive the command to load. They were to load their weapon as fast as they could, and then they'd be instructed on how to fire it by an officer. Occasionally, they would be given the command to fire at will, just load the weapon as fast as they could, fire it, then load it back again as fast as they could. Doing this, the average soldier could fire as fast as 3 to 4 times in 1 minute.
So, this is Chattanooga, and we're heading back. I think it's really boring. We didn't see any ghosts or nothing.
I need to get some
And
Dramamine
people
somewhere.
say you did see ghosts like the blue boy or something like that. Well, as you see, oh my god. What was that? Oh my god, a hat just came out of nowhere. Uh-oh, I'm gonna try to stay. Uh-oh, it's recording.
Yeah.
Trying to get a picture here.
Yeah, all right.
There you are, I got you.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. How you been doing?
I'm doing great. I'm in
Well,
6th grade now.
Are you? Well, good.
I'm in 4th grade. I'm going on to 4th.
Yeah.
This is my brother.
nice
This is my brother Ricky.
Well, that's good.
This is my uncle.
So where's Aunt Lucille?
She's in the house, sir.
Let's go Raider.
Yeah. You sit in over there.
Okay, Ricky.
Wait till they got here.
Okay, Ricky, I got you.
All right, what are you doing?
Hello there. How big he is. And this is Ricky. And this is Timmy.
It's a long time till I saw you again.
Yeah, it's been, how long has it been?
A long time.
Yeah, a very long time. I was so
Yeah.
little and I saw you.
Yeah. Let me,
Let's take a tour of the house.
just stay right there and I'll come back.
Okay.
Stay right there.
Okay, Ricky.
I got you all something to keep.
We're gonna get a shot of this.
I got you something to keep.
Cool.
Hang that on your shelf.
Take the floor.
Oh man, Ricky wouldn't share this one that he had. Now I got one.
Turn your camera
No,
off.
I can't believe how big he is.
I'm going on
Yeah.
to 4th grade.
What?
I'm going on to 4th grade.
You are?
Aunt Lucille's garbage.
Come down here and sit down. They'll come to you.
He'll follow you.
You will?
Yeah.
But he,
We are waiting in suspense as we wait for the rooster, right?
is cute.
Yeah, it needs some air in it. What thing?
Oh, we,
See, where did that come from? What fast food store did that come from?
Pizza Hut.
Sam,
Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
I'll bring-
that Pizza Hut, that's right.
It's a street ball.
if I come up,
I know
come
that.
straight up here in August, I probably have 2 or 3 old hens. I had maybe old hens
where
and
is
little chickens.
Look, it's
Actually, you don't need a bouncy because you don't get no ground.
I got one stole her nest out now, or out in the tool shed.
You don't need a bouncy.
Yeah, she's on about 10 or 12 eggs.
I'm gonna go around the house and take a look at it. I'll see who's got.
You know, I got him.
I'm gonna get a shot at it. You see who's house here.
Bring that home and break it. It stayed there 3 months.
Look at those seals on it.
We didn't stop, but we should
And they would have to find it.
He still didn't come back to you, Bruce?
Whoa, yeah. He has lots of toys like
It's the grandma show.
I make a coffee. What kind do you want? Do you
Can I
have
see
or
one of them?
other kind?
Can I see Sneezy?
I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, let's quit the funny business. Let's go around the house here. I wonder what's down here. We're going to go investigate. Oh, I just almost got stung there. An old-fashioned washer. You can see it. I can. There's me holding the camera. There I go. Going up the hill. Okay, we're gonna go inside now. I'm gonna film the house, okay? Is that okay if I film the house? Is it okay if I film the house? I'm gonna go film it.
Was suggested. Today, as a result
Tobacco
of
earrings.
extensive
Ooh. Who cares?
I am here to provide
Check out this old-fashioned lamp. Hey, that must be Aunt Lucille. Hey, she looks like Shirley Temple. Oh, look, hey. Wait a minute, let's see, where's the picture? It looks just like me when I was little. And, hey, look at that nerd with the camera. Let's move on. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, check out this treadmill. Grandma might want it. Okay, let's move on here. See, I think we're in the family room. No, this is the living room. Check out the piano here, man. Open this baby up. What you can do. Well, that's enough of my stuff. Move on to the kitchen. Sure. What in the world is this? Oh, it's an oven. That's pretty cool. Never seen one like that. Oh, what's in here? Probably a broom closet, and am I right? It's actually just a closet. Go in here. Go check it out. They will ruin it. And that nerd with the camera again. Camera. Check out this place here. What is that thing? Night light? What is it? Guess we'll never know. Check out the toilet, man. Ew, brown spots. Okay, here's the shower. Oh, can't see it because it's too dark in here. I'll go shed some light on the subject. Here we go. Here we go. There's another nerd with the camera. Okay, let's check out the shower now. I can't see much either. Just this corner. Oh, there's the shower thing. Let's move on to the other parts of the house besides the bathroom. This is somebody's room. Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my close-up. Hey, look, it's a baby wet yourself. Let's get a good shot of this. Mr. DeVille, where are you? I'm right here, now go away. Hey, look, Clifford, the big red dog. Oh my God, you have to take off killer hamsters. Oh my God. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. They're attacking the squeaky hamsters. That's another baby witch herself. Ooh. Feeling a little damp there? Oh, dude, it's a king. Ooh, I'm all shook up. Okay, oops, this is gonna be the closet. Okay, we're done. Go back to the family room. Go see Uncle Stuart. Uncle Stuart is so... God, what can I call him? It's Sonic the Hedgehog. Boom! Oh, wow. Oh, let's have a talk with Uncle. Uncle.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, this old Uncle Sherman.
Were you in any of the wars?
I'm the worst.
No, you're cool. Were you in any of the wars, like World War I?
No.
Nope.
No, I was too young.
Too young? So am I.
Yeah, I was too young.
See the scratch? I got it when I was in Nam.
Yeah. I'm just about 83 now.
Wow.
83.
And strong as 10 men, right?
Oh yeah.
Super strong. Dude,
No,
see,
not too
see,
much.
the swing is like sagging down because you're so strong.
Yeah, not too strong anymore.
You're strong.
Not much.
See, look. See, he's strong.
Yeah, looks like I might be.
Mm-hmm. We'll take a word for it. Now let's go see my grandpa, Bruce.
I ain't your grandpa.
Okay.
Hey, Timmy, you want me to take my picture riding a bicycle?
I'll take my picture riding a bicycle.
Now, how you gonna do that?
Very simple.
I can't hardly get out.
I can't watch.
I can't hardly get out myself.
Can I keep this? Okay, I'm gonna ride a tricycle here. Whoa! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! Whoa!
Can I try it, Timmy?
Check out where I rode from. Oh, up there. Whoa! I'm getting dizzy. Whoa!
Let me try.
Ah, it's a crazy goon! Ow!
Let me try.
Ricky, stop it!
Let me
God.
try.
I'm gonna wreck the camera now. Stop it.
Let me try.
I will. Get off. God. Doesn't know how to handle a delicate piece of equipment like this. Okay.
Go do that.
Huh?
Put the camera up. You're just wasting it now.
Gotta go.